from next door. I heard that door over there. Yeah. There's the drunken man standing out there. When he left in his red four-door, he got an aerial escort. The kamikaze plane, I call it kamikaze because it sounds like a kamikaze when it flies over. Real low. I'm standing facing the wall, just holding my camera up in the corner of the window here. He's looking straight over here, and he just looked like it was Pat's apartment. He didn't see me because I didn't show my face in the window. All I saw was a corner of his white shirt. And I didn't put my face in the window so he couldn't see me anyway. I don't know who he was talking to. I've never talked to that man that drives that red car up there parked next door Pat and Lonnie's. He'd rather use a fucking aircraft to fly over to confirm what your snitches are doing than simply put a camera outside in the yard to prove what you're doing. That's nothing but avoiding prima facie evidence. And if you have probable cause to justify a warrant, you'd be using audio and video. And it would be absolutely unequivocally true. And you sure as hell wouldn't need to use a fucking airplane. Those people over there have never had any contact with me or Jake, ever. Verbal, non-verbal, anything. They don't know us and never had anything to do with us. The nurse making this audio monitoring, that's a dead giveaway. Anybody that walks into a courtroom and says all they have is audio monitoring, well, why couldn't you get audio and video? Well, we chose to use aircraft instead. That's great. I'm sure that was expensive for taxpayers. You know how cheap it is to buy a Comcast contract to surveil property? A lot cheaper than flying a fucking plane. We're going to avoid prima facie evidence. It's so much cheaper and much more convincing in lieu of testimony from your snitches and what an aircraft flying over to say they saw the snitch leaving next door. It's ridiculous. The very fact that you had no probable cause to establish a search that would have given you legal means and a police officer trained in surveillance to surveil the audio and video proves that there's no cause for any of this to begin with. And if you're saying you only can use audio because that's the only legal means, that's because you don't have any criminal proof of anything. And if you're relying solely on your audio and your snitches' affidavits, why should we just believe what your snitches say? That aircraft might have flown over and shown that black guy leaving, but it didn't show me out there because I got myself on camera sitting there in this living room the whole time he was doing what he was doing. Are you kidding? That son of a bitch, all of them need to be in jail. I'm sitting back saying I consent to it. I don't think a judge would matter to judge if I did consent to it. It's still not clear and convincing. It's very suspicious just because of the methods that the evidence have been gathered by. Audio only and aircraft surveillance, but no video. Really? Are you serious? Goodness, no.